Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to start on a new build. We're going to take this random pile of snowmobile stuff and that random pile of, well, it's just a random pile. It's an old lawn tractor. And we're going to jam them together and make some kind of cool tracked vehicle out of them. What was the first step? Well, the first step was to drag all this junk into the shop because it's supposed to snow tomorrow. And I really don't want to be digging it out of the snow. I'll probably have to dig other parts out of the snow because I don't buy anything. I just use the stuff that I have laying around here. What's the first step in making a tracked vehicle? Well, you take your random pile of piles and you put your random pile of piles together. That's a whole lot of piles. Anyways, we're going to take this snowmobile track. We're going to split it in half down the center so that we have two tracks. And we are going to figure out some way to make that rather large engine, I believe it's a 22 horse, drive the hydrostatic transaxle and then drive those tracks. I don't know if we'll use all these snowmobile parts, but we're definitely going to use the tracks. What are we going to use on the lawnmower? Well, we're going to use the motor for sure, and we're going to use the transaxle for sure. What else? We have no idea. So stick along for the ride. Subscribe, because this is going to be a fairly long series, and we'll see what we end up coming up with at the end of it. So we've now got this lawn tractor ripped down to a point where we've decided that I'm going to use the frame because it seems pretty robust and, well, it's already a frame, so why not use it? This current plan is to take this transaxle right here and we're going to flip it 180 degrees, move it all the way up into here so that this end will be the back end. That end will be the front end, and we will have a seat right above the transaxle. That's the plan so far. Whether it's going to stay that way, who knows? As you can see, we got this thing up on some sawhorses now. All the wheels are taken off and all the unimportant pieces are taken apart. Put it up on some sawhorses so I'm not slithering around on the ground like a snake. And we've got our transaxle mounted in there. We've moved it forward, down a little bit, built some plates off of the frame so that the pulleys align. Looks like a pretty good spot for it. Made it adjustable so that I can move it forward and backwards depending on where the center of gravity is going to lie with the tracks. Obviously going to have to build a different reservoir for that hydraulic tank because that's just going to be in the way of where the seat is, and can build some type of pancake tank to fit underneath the seat. There's pretty substantial amount of room in there for that. Plan is going to be to cut the frame off somewhere in this general area here so that the seat is here and our legs will hang down here. So in case you guys haven't figured out yet, we're going to be using a brake on each wheel, and it's going to be a brake steer differential. We'll have to add a few more braces in there because when you lock up one brake and it starts to spin around on the one track, it's going to put a hell of a lot of torque force on that transaxle. There's only two bolts holding the whole thing in, and we don't really want to snap those off. So we'll do some kind of reinforcing and bracing after we build all the track hardware and stuff, and we can brace off of that also. So I think maybe the next course of action here is to split those tracks. I don't really know how I'm going to do it. There's fiberglass rods inside each one of these spaces here. So I think maybe a Sawzall is in order for this. Well, after we get it all stretched out here on maybe a spot that I'll have to clean on the floor, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do this on the ground, we'll bring you back. Like, subscribe, stick around for the adventure, and I'll bring you back again when we got a little more progress.